300 road closures, with the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet leaders saying the statewide impact is historic. Beshear said that, between reports of mudslides in the eastern portion of the state and snow impacting the western part of the state, the situation remains extremely dangerous. Please plan ahead, avoid travel and stay safe, Kentucky, Beshear concluded. For the storm, that precautionary evacuations were ordered along some rivers and streams in the Tennessee Valley, and shelters were forced to open. A nursing home in Red Boiling Springs, Tennessee, near the state border with Kentucky, was evacuated out of an abundance of caution, and water rescues were ongoing around the Hurley, Virginia, area. The relentless rain also led to reports of mudslides and rockslides over the weekend, including one that sent large boulders crashing down on Interstate 69 in Dawson Springs, Kentucky. Police in Pikeville, Kentucky, said the downtown area of the city was inaccessible from US 23 to the US 119 intersection. The river has now covered all lanes of travel in that area and is too deep for vehicles, police said in a Facebook post. Again, this is not the time to be out getting pictures and videos. Do not be on the roadways unless it's an emergency or you've been evacuated and heading to shelter. Rainfall has lightened up or ended in many areas, but the flooding threat will continue into the new work week as several rivers remain high and are not expected to crest for several days. The Clay County, Kentucky, coroner's office reported that a 73-year-old man from the Bluegrass State was found dead in the Horse Creek area of Clay County after reportedly getting knocked off his feet by rushing water while exiting his vehicle around Highway 80. At the time, the coroner's office said it was treating the event as an accidental drowning because of the severe weather and was the only weather-related fatality in the county despite widespread flooding. In Corbin, Kentucky, floodwaters carried a truck off a road and into a nearby ditch, according to a storm report from the area's National Weather Service office. Near Lewisburg, Kentucky, swiftwater rescue teams were needed to rescue a driver who became trapped in swift waters of the swollen Mud River, the NWS reported. Another water rescue was needed to the west in the town of Murray. Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear issued a state of emergency for the Commonwealth before the weather, and on Saturday night, he said he wrote to President Donald Trump requesting an emergency disaster declaration because of the impacts across the state. NOAA's Weather Prediction Center issued its most dire Level 4 flash flood threat rating of extreme for parts of northwestern Tennessee and southwestern Kentucky, but it was communities along the West Virginia simply turned into streams and became dangerous. Several rockslides were reported, and Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin said he's deployed the National Guard, among other first responders, to the area. Flood watches also extended over 900 miles from Arkansas to Pennsylvania on Saturday, with about 11 states included under those. Most of these watches had been allowed to expire by Sunday morning. Across the state line, the warning extends to Bowling Green, Hopkinsville, Central City, and Campbellsville. New warnings issued Saturday night predicted peak dangers from midnight to 3 a.m. Sunday for Waverly, Waynesboro, and Clarksville. The warning lessens but extends to 5 a.m. Sunday. Parts of Middle Tennessee, particularly to the west, experienced flash flooding Saturday. By nightfall, the National Weather Service extended the flash flood warning for Dixon, Waverly, and White Bluff until 11:45 p.m. and for Clarksville, Dover, and Tennessee Ridge through midnight. An estimated 30 storm shelters, or warming shelters, were opened across the state. Tennessee state troopers posted a photo on social media showing water covering Double Branch Road and reminding drivers to use caution here and across the state. The Tennessee Department of Transportation posted on social media, after 1 p.m., we are beginning to see some flooded roads, primarily in West Tennessee. TDOT reminded drivers to check for updates at www.smartway.tn.gov. Clarksville recorded 4 inches of rain from midnight until 2 p.m. Saturday and expected up to 2 more inches by 8 p.m., adding to the already extremely saturated ground. Saturday. Today, unfortunately, it happened, bringing challenges through our city. The city's street department prepared throughout the week by placing about 1,000 sandbags as well as barricades in areas where the city historically has experienced flooding. The mayor said street department workers joined police and fire personnel to respond to flash flooding to keep people and structures safe. Rain is forecast to end late Saturday night, and city resources will shift to a new river flood warning issued Saturday afternoon for the Cumberland River at Clarksville. Here, at least moderate flooding is forecast between Saturday night beginning at 10 p.m. and continuing through 9 p.m. Tuesday, the mayor said. The river is expected to crest at 52 feet by early Monday, and the flood stage is 46 feet, Pitts said. The National Weather Service warned that severe storms for Nashville, Lafayette, and Columbia are possible through 3 a.m. Sunday, 2 hours after the expiration of the tornado watch. To the east, the peak danger for severe storms for Smithville, Jamestown, Crossville, and Tullahoma is expected to end at 11 p.m. afterward. The risks lessens but extends to 1 a.m. Sunday. Parts of Louisville fell under a tornado warning Sunday evening as a severe storm swept across the metro area, according to the National Weather Service. Tornadoes, scattered hail, and wind gusts up to 80 miles per hour were possible in parts of Kentucky, Indiana, and Ohio, according to the agency, and a tornado watch is set to expire at 1 a.m. Monday. Thousands are without power, utilities reported. As of 10:16 p.m., LG&E and KU reported nearly 20,000 customers without power as severe weather and powerful winds swept over the utilities service area. Early reports of outages were largely concentrated in Louisville's South End and parts of East Jefferson County. Stay away from downed wires, LG&E and KU advise. Always assume any downed wire is an energized power line and call immediately. As of 10 p.m., a severe squall line capable of producing both tornadoes and extensive straight-line wind damage was located over Fern Creek, moving east at 45 miles per hour, according to the National Weather Service. The previous issuance in South Jefferson County. Warning sirens continued to sound in parts of Jefferson County as of 10:09 p.m. As of 9:52 p.m., tornado warnings had expanded from Bullitt County into South Jefferson County, including Jeffersontown, West Buccal, and Heritage Creek. The National Weather Service also included Bardstown, Shepherdsville, and Lebanon Junction in the warning. Warning sirens were audible in parts of Louisville as of 9:50 p.m. The National Weather Service announced a tornado warning for Mount Washington, Hillview, and Brooks along the Jefferson and Bullitt County border at 9:46 p.m., lasting until 10:15 p.m. Radar indicated a dangerous line of severe storms capable of destructive winds and tornadoes moving toward Interstate 65 and the Louisville area, the National Weather Service reported as of 9:35 p.m. Severe weather, the third highest of 5 categories issued by the National Weather Service. Earlier Sunday, the Weather Service also issued a greater than 10% chance of strong tornadoes, YEF 2 or greater, for the Louisville metro area. Western Kentucky, as well as parts of central and northern Kentucky, are under the same threat. The bottom line is, be prepared for strong, gusty winds, isolated tornadoes tonight, and isolated hail and isolated flash flooding. NWS Louisville meteorologist Tom Rogue said in a conference call Sunday afternoon. Meanwhile, an EF1 tornado hit the Dothan area on Monday, according to the National Weather Service. It was the only tornado confirmed from a round of severe storms that rolled through the state late Sunday and Monday. The Weather Service also looked at damage in Lamar and Marion counties and determined it was caused by straight-line winds and not a tornado.
Farm is no longer dreamland.
That wasn't the case in Houston County, where a school was damaged and several students injured when a tornado-warned storm moved through the area. The National Weather Service in Tallahassee, Florida, whose area of responsibility includes 5 southeast Alabama counties, said a storm survey on Tuesday confirmed a tornado hit the school and gave it a preliminary rating of EF1. The tornado had top winds estimated at 105 miles per hour, according to the Weather Service. It had a path length of 3.11 miles and was 200 yards wide at its peak. It touched down at 12:31 p.m. on Monday in Dothan near Rimson Road and tracked to the northeast, lifting near Southeast Alabama Medical Center. Along the way, the storm did substantial damage to the Dothan prep. On Tuesday, NWS confirmed an EF0 tornado touched down south of Milan. That tornado, which lasted for about 2 minutes, reached 85 miles per hour in wind speed, traveling along Wabash Road and damaging a few houses and trees. The National Weather Service in Wilmington on Monday confirmed that 4 tornadoes touched down Sunday evening in southwest Ohio, in addition to the severe thunderstorms that ripped through central and southwest portions of the state. The Sunday evening storm sent a child to the hospital in Columbus after a tree fell down on the house with the child inside, while the storms also tore the roof off of a home near Cincinnati. The NWS office in Wilmington, which covers central and southwest Ohio, is still examining the path and length of the tornadoes and assessing the damage. The NWS sent crews to survey damage in southwest Ohio and confirmed that 4 tornadoes touched down in 3 southwest Ohio counties on Sunday. 2 of the tornadoes, both rated as an EF0 on the enhanced Fujita scale, touched down in Butler County. One of the tornadoes landed just north of the city of New Miami, while the other tornado touched down near Westchester before crossing eastbound into Warren County and dissipated just west of Morrow County, according to the NWS. The 3rd tornado touched down in Warren County near the city of Corwin and was also rated as an EF0, which is the weakest rating for a tornado on the EF scale with winds between 65 and 85 miles per hour. The 4th tornado, confirmed by NWS Monday night, was rated as an EF1 that touched down in Fayette County in Jeffersonville, also in southwest Ohio. The twister reached a peak wind gust of 90 miles per hour, and it traveled for nearly 4 miles over about 4 minutes before dissipating, the NWS said. An EF1 tornado can reach wind gust speeds between 86 and 110 miles per hour. The tornado destroyed 1 outbuilding while 2 other buildings had their roofs partially blown off, the NWS Storm Survey Team reported. Several snapped hardwood trees, assessing damage from the 3 other tornadoes. The pattern of damage, not how much damage was caused, determines whether it was a tornado, according to the Weather Service. For tornadoes, with their violently rotating columns of air, damage often has a chaotic appearance, with larger uprooted trees often crossing each other. Weather Service surveyors often look at larger uproots of trees to get a true idea of where the wind was blowing from. The National Weather Service defines a microburst as a localized column of sinking air within a thunderstorm. Wind speeds in microbursts can reach up to 100 miles per hour or higher, which is equivalent to an EF1 tornado. Winds this high can cause major damage to homes and other structures and level hundreds of trees. The Weather Service looks at the pattern of damage to determine a microburst. Damage looks flattened out, with trees pointing in the same direction or fanning out from one another. A dangerous, wide-reaching storm killing at least 7 people in the central U.S. this weekend. 3 children, ages 2, 4, and 11, were killed and 3 other people were injured in Kalamazoo County, Michigan, after a tree toppled onto a vehicle late Sunday afternoon, according to a news release from the sheriff's office. The 2-year-old and 4-year-old were siblings, and the 11-year-old was their cousin, the release said. The sheriff's office had initially 2 of the injured were parents of the children. The updated news release did not include details on the injured. It was a terrible scene to witness and respond to, Kalamazoo County Sheriff Richard Fuller told local media. A 57-year-old man died from his injuries after a tree fell on his home during a storm in Stockbridge Township, Michigan, on Sunday night, Stockbridge Police Chief Matthew Bardis told local media. Earlier Sunday, a semi-truck driver was killed in Valparaiso, Indiana, when powerful winds blew his vehicle over, according to local media. Winds in the area gusted to 80 miles per hour at the time. Another person died after strong winds knocked over an Amish buggy carrying a family of 4 in Middlebury, Indiana, about 70 miles east of Valparaiso, Sunday, an Elkhart County dispatcher told local media. In Oklahoma's Cherokee County early Sunday, a thunderstorm knocked a tree onto a couple's trailer next to the Illinois River, killing a man inside. Officials said gusts in the area neared 50 miles per hour, according to KJRH. These thunderstorms were ongoing Monday afternoon in parts of the South and were steadily tracking east. More than 400,000